Hello, everyone, and welcome to the CarAlarm podcast. My name is Alex.
And I'm Gaven.
And today we're reviewing Monday Night Raw from August 8th, 2017.
I didn't fall asleep, so it was
watchable.
watchable.
That's something a little bit new. Gavin's not had the best track record with Monday Night Raws. If you can hear the fans in the background, we are in southern Mississippi, and it's hot, very hot, all the time, and my air conditioner is broken in my house, so don't judge. And
Also, don't go outside if you live in the area. It's hot.
You'll probably die. So we'll start. The show starts off with The Miz opening to say that he's tired of being one-upped on his own TV show, The Miz TV.
I figured this would happen eventually.
Yeah, he constantly is. Every single time there's a Miz TV, Miz is beaten up, thrown out of the ring, hit with something, and especially now that the MIztourage is a thing, Miz is a lot weaker.
Yeah.
You know, because I feel like if Miz has 100% power, Axel and Dallas came in and took 20 each. So now Miz is really weak, and they're just also weaker. So basically, he's easy to defeat. Anyone can just beat him up.
Of course.
So, as usual, Miz would want to revenge on last week. Jason Jordan attacked The Miz during Miz TV. But Kurt Angle comes out instead of Jason Jordan and says that Jordan's got a match against Curtis Axel later on tonight. So he's got a replacement guest, someone fit for Miz TV, and that guest is Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman.
Why was he wearing a blue shirt though? I feel
Lesnar?
I feel like for Raw he should.
It looked like a SmackDown shirt, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. I don't know. I was wondering that too. Lana used to wear, if you remember, she would wear the skirt and her whole outfit would be the color of whatever shows she on.
Yeah.
Usually Rusev would do that too. I'm not sure why Lesnar wore a blue shirt. He doesn't care. He has his own rules. He doesn't have to match color-wise.
Maybe he's the free agent.
Maybe he is the free agent.
Go defend the Universal title on SmackDown.
He's going to defend it on UFC. UFC pay-per-view. In an octagon, Brock Lesnar defends the Universal Championship. Anyway, Miz doesn't let Heyman speak initially, and basically goes on to kind of rant about how Brock Lesnar doesn't have any chance whatsoever at SummerSlam, because he doesn't need to be the man to get pinned to lose his championship. And he kind of also talks about how Heyman said last week that if Lesnar loses, they're leaving from the WWE. But Paul Heyman doesn't really say anything about that. He kind of he asked Miz if him and his wife role play. And now that question was kind of out of context. Is very strange.
It is.
But
I heard that and I'm just like, wait, where are we going with this?
as soon as I heard that, I thought of the Bella Twins thing that Miz and Maurice did on SmackDown. So I thought, yeah, of course they role played. They were Brie Bella and Nikki Bella and John Cena and Daniel Bryan. They role played as everyone. But he had a point. He was telling The Miz he
assigned everybody parts.
Yeah, he assigned everyone parts. That's a good way to put it. The little play that was about to happen, he said The Miz is Roman Reigns, Bo Dallas is Samoa Joe, and Curtis Axel is Braun Strowman. And he told Brock Lesnar to show everyone what's going to happen at SummerSlam.
And he just killed everyone.
He just murdered everyone in the middle of Miz TV. F5'd all three of them, not at once. That would have been cool, but not at once.
That would have probably killed whoever was in the middle.
Yeah, probably.
Unless they just spread out as a fan. That would have been nice.
I don't think even Lesnar could F5 three people, because they would have to get enough space away from Lesnar for the person on top to land. And he would just have to throw Miz all the way across the ring, presuming Miz would be on top.
I think he could do it. And probably injure himself.
Maybe. Probably injure someone else, yeah.
Everybody would just get hurt from that,
yeah.
But you know what? It'd be okay. It'd look nice.
So Lesnar at SummerSlam, because this was really the last segment with the main event scene. Well, later on we have a match, but who do you think Lesnar's walking out champ?
I think so.
Why?
Because I don't think he's leaving just yet.
Well, he's not leaving, no matter what happens, because he's still scheduled for house shows and I think the pay-per-view next month.
So he may win. I think he's going to win.
If he doesn't retain I think it has to be Joe at this point that wins it. Because Roman has the thing with the Shield, hopefully, maybe we'll get into that more in a little bit. But I think he's gonna retain too because of that. They're kind of not making a point of it anymore. Heyman isn't. That Lesnar's gonna leave after if he loses.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see, regardless.
Might just go to SmackDown and be like, "What's up?"
Yeah, just switches shows. Cena goes to Raw. Lesnar goes to SmackDown. There you go. Superstar Shakeup 2.0. Two superstars. The next segment is a rematch from last week: Seth Rollins versus Sheamus. The match went on for a little while. Wasn't too much. It was fine. Sheamus ends up rolling up Rollins after distraction by Cesaro, getting the win. And Cesaro and Sheamus proceed to beat down Rollins.
After Rollins attacks him.
It was Rollins' fault because Rollins attacked him, but he got absolutely destroyed by Cesaro and Sheamus. And Ambrose did not help him. Now, it sounds like someone was listening last week, because the exact thing I said that should happen, with exception to a little bit of the ending, happened this week.
Yeah.
All in one night. So I don't know what the sudden change of mind was, but
It was.
you're welcome for that prediction. So next up is Jason, because we'll have more to talk about with Seth Rollins and Ambrose, because Ambrose has a thing later on. Jason Jordan versus Curtis Axel, but Curtis
Axel's dead.
Curtis Axel got suplexed in F5, so of course, he's dead, as you said. So they have. So Kurt Angle was just kind of walking backstage, and he finds this random guy named Jean-Pierre Goulet. Is that what it was?
I think that sounds pretty close.
I wrote it down. I didn't know how to spell it. I just wrote it down how my brain could probably process pronunciation with help of my memory. So that guy, it's just a squash match.
Yeah, he just got
It's
destroyed.
not important what his name is because he's never going to be on Raw again. It was just a squash match. He was probably a local wrestler.
He may be on Raw again. You know, we do have James Ellsworth.
Yeah, I know. I thought you would bring him up when you started saying that. Yeah, there's always a chance, but I'm sure he was just a local guy that's going to be nothing now. James Ellsworth is different. James Ellsworth just looks different than everyone. He is different. He's a tiny, tiny person, and he's got a very strange neck.
And he should not be on TV.
No.
But we got him.
Yep. Next segment is Bayley coming out with a taped up arm and in a sling. She says, or it's announced, that she will not be participating in the championship match at SummerSlam, which was promised against Alexa Bliss.
Which sucks.
Yeah, but
because-
now I wanted Sasha Banks to win the number one contenders match from last week, if you remember, and I'm sure she will now fight Bliss at SummerSlam, but I didn't want it to happen like this. I didn't want Bayley to get injured.
Yeah, this isn't the way to do it.
They announced 2 triple threat matches for the night, and I don't think they said it, but I assume next week whoever wins both triple threat matches will face each other
Yeah.
to fight. The first triple threat match is Emma versus Sasha Banks versus Alicia Fox. It's pretty cool that Foxy's finally back in the women's division.
Yeah.
After, I think, she had Noam Dar for a while, and then she had one little 3-week feud with Sasha.
And now we got the insane chick back on the roster.
Yeah, I wish she would do that crazy stuff again, when she would throw soda and popcorn everywhere.
Yeah.
It's a bit much, but it's something.
It works.
It wasn't boring. It was at least oh my god, I'm just gonna watch. Even if I'm not enjoying it that much, it's still happening and it's at least a little interesting. Sasha Banks ends up tapping out Emma with the bank statement. Kind of an impromptu one, though, that she kind of got it from a reversal. So Sasha Banks moves on, again, presumably next week, to face the winner of the next triple threat match, which will happen later on. The next segment is The Club versus Enzo Amore and The Big Show.
I kind of like how they took Enzo from one big guy and just moved him to the other big guy.
Yeah, but Cass is better than Big Show.
Yes,
well,
he is.
in certain aspects. Well, at this point, yeah, I'd say he was all around. I mean, I don't really. We talked about it last week. I don't want to see Show on my TV anymore. Really, I don't care about him.
I don't either, but
I like the Big Show as a person and as a wrestler, but not anymore. He doesn't need to be doing. He's not that interesting anymore. He's not that good.
you know, at least Enzo's doing something.
At least Enzo's doing something. Even though I'd rather a feud with James Ellsworth. I still want that. I'm still gonna petition for that.
I would
on SmackDown Live.
I second that motion.
Big Cass ends up interrupting, not physically, but kind of on stage, kind of distracting. The Big Show gets attacked by the club, and Enzo gets distracted by that, causing him to lose a match.
Yeah.
So Cass comes down to the ring to beat up Enzo for a bit before the Big Show. They're kind of running around the ring. Cass runs around the corner, and Big Show just KO punches him right in the face, knocks him out. And then Show and Amore leave.
I still don't like how wrestlers get easily distracted by, you know, a leaf moving across the stage.
They can only focus 100% of their attention on any one thing at any particular time.
It's extreme ADHD.
Yeah, it is. So if they see if someone's on the stage, that's all they get. If they hear something else, that's them now. They're not in a match anymore. They're watching that big Titantron or wherever that person's coming from.
Except when when Samson came out for Balor, he was just kind of like standing there. Balor's like, okay, he exists there. We're just going to focus on killing him.
Some wrestlers, or I should just say some segments, some moments feel like it makes sense, and some feel like it's just
dumb.
It's just dumb writing. Like, okay, I get that this was supposed to happen, but you could have used a little common sense with, like, people having perception of what's around them. Like, again, with Goldust and R-Truth, I know that was a little tiny thing that we talked about. That was a while back.
Yeah.
But R-Truth kind of showed up behind him, and Goldust looked at the Titantron, saw that he was behind him, and just slung a chair at him. So,
it's just the little things that need...
And it didn't matter, because Goldust still got destroyed. But it's just the little thing that he noticed, and he at least went for something.
Yeah, at least he did something instead of just, you know, okay, whatever.
You can still be caught off guard, but also aware. Like, as soon as you're caught off guard, you're a person. You still react to it. You're not just like, oh my god, I didn't expect this. Here it comes. I'm gonna die. It's always... That's always the case, too.
It is, and it's stupid.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
It's something that is very minor, but it's super noticeable, and
it turns into a big thing after a while.
Yeah, it does. When it becomes a common thing, which it has a long time ago, and it has always been a common thing, it's just really noticeable, and it just kind of bugs me. I don't think I'm alone in that.
It bugs a lot of people.
Yeah. Alright, you want to move on?
Yeah.
Okay. The next segment is another Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt segment, which, again, I like this one a lot. It wasn't my favorite part of the night this time, but it was up there.
I loved this. It was great.
Yeah, Finn Balor came out to cut a short promo on Bray Wyatt, and he kind of just said that, you know, just the usual, I'm going to beat Bray Wyatt at SummerSlam or whenever he wants me. I got him. I'll finish whatever he starts. That kind of thing. It wasn't very long that he talked for. Bray Wyatt interrupts him kind of right at the end. It was kind of an interruption, kind of just like, okay, you're done now, I'm coming. He kind of teleports to the ring with his little thing. I don't know what he says in that.
I don't think it's anything. I think it's just a bunch of noises.
Like they just caught Bray Wyatt off guard with a little belch in the backstage. Bray Wyatt teleports in the ring, but when the lights come back on, Bray Wyatt isn't in Sister Abigail position with Finn Balor, because Finn Balor's on the second rope, sitting on the turnbuckle, just watching Bray Wyatt.
That's the part I liked a lot.
Yeah, me too.
Bray Wyatt teleports to the ring, Balor teleports onto the turnbuckle. It was beautiful.
And I know it's kind of silly to imagine Finn Balor teleporting when he was like 3 feet away from the turnbuckle, but that's what it was in everyone's heads, and that's what they kind of meant for it to be, and it was really cool. It sounds stupid to anyone else, I think, but it was really cool.
It's awesome.
So Balor kind of jumps down. They kind of start duking it out. Balor gets the best of Wyatt. Wyatt doesn't hit a thing on Finn Balor.
No, he doesn't.
And then the lights go out again. Wyatt teleports to the Titantron, and Balor's just left in the ring with a spotlight. Bray Wyatt kind of like, yeah, good job, Finn. Now I'm gonna kill you, or whenever we meet again. He just kind of ran away. I like this feud a lot, but I think they need to make Wyatt look stronger, because if they don't make Wyatt look stronger, it worries me that he's gonna win.
I do that Ballard or Wyatt does need to be stronger overall, because if you've got the guy who's supposedly everywhere, a god basically,
the eater of worlds.
Yeah, and then he's just doesn't win much.
No.
It makes him look dumb.
Yeah, he has looked dumb for a while. He's lost every major match he's been in except for the Elimination Chamber.
And with Seth Rollins here recently.
And Seth Rollins, a couple of matches he had with him.
So, I mean, maybe that he's getting a bigger push now? I don't know.
I just hope he doesn't go over on Balor at SummerSlam. Balor is one of the best wrestlers in WWE, if not, in my opinion, top 3, maybe 4, maybe 5. I have some breathing room in there with a few guys like Styles, Rollins, and Joe, and stuff like that. But he's easily top 10 best wrestlers, top 5, I would even say, in WWE right now, overall. And he needs to be pushed as such. And I know he hasn't been buried or anything. He hasn't been pushed down too much.
But that injury, it just hurt him.
Yeah. It really did. It hurt WWE too.
Mm-hmm.
They had no idea what to do, and I mean, you can't expect stuff like that.
Yeah, you can't blame him either.
Just have to let it happen.
You had just made him the champ.
Yeah, he came in a month, I think, before SummerSlam, and he was already world champion. So he had the biggest push in the world, bigger than AJ Styles when Styles came in. So
you just kind of almost immediately made Finn Balor the champ.
Yeah.
And then he just got injured. And it's like, holy crap, what do we do now?
Yeah, but they haven't given him really that spot back.
I don't think the only reason for that is because of Lesnar. The fact that Lesnar is the champ.
Probably, but he could be in that. We could have Lesnar versus Balor right now at SummerSlam, or Joe versus Balor for the Universal Championship at the main event of SummerSlam.
It could.
Would that not be incredible? A rematch for their 4-month feud, maybe more than that, during NXT.
It would be epic.
That would be a good ending to their feud.
But we don't get that. Not right now, anyways.
Though I would rather just a singles match with Joe and Lesnar, because those two together are magic.
It's just incredible.
Yeah, it is.
They literally, it's almost like Lesnar and Taker.
I'd say
they just tried to kill each other all the time.
I'd say it's more intense than those two, a lot more intense, because I feel like
Joe is more intense.
Joe is way more intense, and at any moment I could believably just imagine those two just actually fighting, just getting for some reason angry at each other, and they just start really fighting on WWE TV.
Joe just wins a chess game, and then Lesnar's just like, I'm gonna kill you.
And maybe, Lesnar could probably beat up Samoa Joe, kill him maybe. I don't know what kind of training Joe has, if any, in MMA or anything like that.
But regardless, he might have a bit of MMA training.
I feel like he probably does. I think I've heard somewhere that he did before. And, I don't know, regardless, it's believable that Joe could fight Lesnar. At least on wrestling.
For a little while.
Yeah. And I think he's the most believable person out of everyone, including Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
That could actually beat Lesnar. So, if they don't put the title on him, and they don't have Lesnar retain, I don't think anything else is a good decision.
It's not. Definitely not putting it on Roman.
No.
Braun would be okay.
Did you hear?
But not right now.
So, the triple threat for this tonight was announced last week, and throughout the night they had little promos. Strowman cut a little backstage promo, Reigns and Joe. When Strowman was just destroying Roman Reigns, the pop was huge from the crowd. Everyone was loving Strowman just dog on Reigns.
Yeah.
Dog on the big dog, if you will. So, and I know it's not always bad to put a championship. Sometimes it's really good to put a championship on someone people don't like. But there's a good kind of not liking, and there's a bad kind of not liking.
The Miz, not liking him is good.
Yeah, he's a great performer in every way.
People not liking him makes me scared that someone's actually going to come out and kill him.
the reason people don't like him is because they're trying to force us to.
Yeah.
Because he's not inherently bad in any way. He's fine on the mic if you let him say what's within the fines of his character. And he's good in the ring. He's really good.
Yes, he is. And he's better on the mic.
Yeah. But, well...
He's better.
Oh, better than he used to be.
Yes.
I thought you meant better than he is in the ring.
No, he's just better than he used to be.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, of course. But they're just shoving him down our throats every week. Like, hey, we know you want AJ Styles or Seth Rollins or Finn Balor or Joe to be the top guy. But we don't care because you're getting this guy who we've been trying to push down your throats for the past 3 years. And he's main evented the past 3 WrestleManias. And he's won, let's see, who did he main event? He main evented Lesnar first. Yeah, he's won 2 out of 3 of those matches.
Yeah.
The only time he lost the first one was because of a briefcase cash-in. So if he's not the strongest booked person in the entire WWE, I don't know who is. And I'm including Lesnar.
Yeah, I mean, that's because Lesnar doesn't do much, though.
Yeah, I know.
Lesnar just comes in for a pay-per-view, hey, I'll defend my title against whoever.
And I say all the time that I don't really want Lesnar to be top guy, because I don't think he should be. Because he's not there that often.
He doesn't deserve it.
And no, he doesn't. He's amazing. He's a great, incredible wrestler.
Yes, he is.
And everyone likes him way more than they like Roman. Everyone loves Brock Lesnar. I love Brock Lesnar.
I do too.
But I don't know. I don't know anymore with Roman Reigns. No one but like children cheer for him genuinely, I think, at this point.
It's just, I like Roman a lot.
I like him, but I don't.
But he's not being used correctly.
No, I think he's being used very poorly.
If you're gonna bring back the Shield, okay then, make him a good guy.
Yeah. Well,
if not, make him a bad guy and just have him try and kill everybody.
Yeah, I agree with that. And that's a perfect segue, because the next segment is Dean Ambrose versus Antonio Cesaro. I'm bringing that name back, just because it popped in my head. So, again, it's just kind of a nothing match. Nothing really too much. Honestly, Ambrose hasn't really had any notable matches that stick out in my head recently that I've been like, man, Ambrose is really good. I'm just kind of like, oh, there's a Dean Ambrose. Oh, there he goes. That's my reaction at this point to Ambrose. I like Ambrose still, and his character's better than it was a while back, but I'm still not very interested in him.
And that sucks though, because
yeah, I know.
he is good.
Yeah, he is. Ambrose ends up rolling up Cesaro with a little schoolboy. That doesn't sound good, but he does. He ends up getting beat down by Sheamus and Cesaro, just like Seth Rollins. Before, again, as I said, last week, Seth Rollins comes out, despite Ambrose not helping him earlier in the night. They take out Sheamus and Cesaro, knock them both out of the ring, and Dean Ambrose goes for the Shield fisting. Now, I know what it sounds like.
You need to work on your vocabulary, sir.
I know what it sounds like. But there's a few terms I could use to describe that, and all of them sound terrible, so I'm just going full in at this point. And I'm going to call it the Shield fisting. Dean Ambrose goes for it, but Seth Rollins looks at him and kind of just he just denies it and walks out. I don't know why, honestly.
Well, Seth has been trying everything to get back win Dean back over. See, and Dean's just not even giving him a chance.
But he did now. He's like, okay, I trust you now. You helped me out. We're cool. And then Rollins like, I don't like you no more, bruh.
No, it's the principle fact that Ambrose hasn't been giving him a chance. So now that
because Seth Rollins tried to kill him and Roman Reigns 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
The time doesn't matter. Time doesn't heal all wounds.
It can.
Like, oh, you murdered my family 22 years ago. It's fine. We're cool. It was a long time ago. I barely remember it anyway.
Yeah, there's a difference between that and just selling out.
In wrestling, there isn't.
Of course,
in wrestling, that's like the biggest thing. That's the biggest deal. That was the biggest thing for like a year straight. Seth Rollins turned his back on Ambrose and Reigns, cheated them out of the championship multiple times. So Ambrose, if anyone, had a good right to not accept Rollins' friendship again.
Yeah, but now it's just this point. Seth's just like, okay, you know what? You just need to figure. You need to chill out and get on board with this.
I get that, but I just don't think it makes complete sense. And I would rather Rollins just be like, all right, we're cool now. And maybe he's not like super buddy with him because of that. You can use that, but I don't think that would. I don't know. I feel like this is kind of a weird turnaround for Rollins. Literally earlier on in the night, he was like, Ambrose, come on, what's your deal? Let's do this. And then, like 40 minutes later, he's like, I don't like you anymore.
Well, at that point, he just put everything on Ambrose. He put the entire thing on Ambrose. He's just like, okay, you need to figure this out. You need to get over it.
But he is now. He has gotten over it. At least, that's the way that they portrayed it.
But
Ambrose
Seth
is ready.
Seth doesn't really know that for sure yet.
He went for the shield fisting. He tried to fist Seth Rollins with the shield thing. Okay, I shouldn't say it like that. I'm sorry about that. That wasn't supposed to come out like that. He tried to fist bump Seth Rollins. Let's move on. I think that at this point, that's enough. We'll see what happens next week. We can yell at each other then.
Hopefully it works out better.
Yeah, I hope so. Both for my vocabulary and for the story-wise. The next segment is Arya Daivari versus Tozawa.
Again. Which I'm not complaining. They're both good.
Yeah, they
have a good match.
This is like their 8th match, though. So that's enough. They already had a number 1 contenders match on 205 Live, so why are they having another one here? I don't know. Titus O'Neil has some new Titus brand t-shirts. I might have to check those out. I'm kind of on board with Titus these days.
Titus Worldwide is getting there.
Yeah. Yes, it is. And there was a thing on... Oh, well, let me finish the segment up. Tozawa wins. So there was a thing... it wasn't much to the match.
No.
It was just a clean win by Akira Tozawa.
Hit that senton bomb that I love.
Yeah, the top rope senton looks really good. It looks painful. It looks great every time. On Raw Talk, which apparently is still a thing, I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
I didn't watch the YouTube clip, but apparently Dana Brooke interrupts the Titus brand, and I think she's still face. So I would assume that she might be joining Titus Worldwide. And honestly, just let everyone join. Let all the people who have nothing to do, Kurt Hawkins, let him come in. Turn him face. Maybe just fire him. Let Dana Brooke come in. Join Titus Worldwide. Heath Slater, Rhino, get everyone in there. And then Titus can just be the top manager. And then one day, they can all turn heel at once like dominoes. Yeah. And then just destroy everyone.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. All the jobbers are back.
You can have the next Nexus. Except not having him fight John Cena.
Yeah.
Or Roman.
There you go. Sure. No. All of them versus Roman and Cena. Handicap match. Roman and Cena. It's elimination, by the way. And Roman and Cena eliminate everyone within the first 5 minutes without taking a single hit. There's your booking for SummerSlam 2018. You're welcome.
I would quit watching.
Yeah, that would never happen. That's too much.
Yeah, that's just way too unbelievable. And it would hurt. It would hurt them bad.
It would hurt everyone.
I think everybody who subscribes to the WWE Network would just cancel.
I don't think everyone would.
Okay, most of them would.
I think I think probably every hardcore wrestling fan, or at least most well, maybe not, because realistically, they have. It's even without the live pay-per-views every month, it's worth the $10 a month because of the just backlog of things that they have on that network.
Yeah.
They have stuff not from that. They have ECW, WCW, old. I think they have NWA stuff on there too. Not NWA. They have a lot of stuff on there. A lot of really, really old wrestling.
And a lot of that's good too.
Yeah, a lot of it is good. So I wouldn't cancel if that happened. I would stop watching.
I would just be like, okay, look here. I would write several hundred angry letters and just send them all at once.
I would be exclusively watching SmackDown Live. Just for AJ Styles. And I'd probably watch all the Rollins segments too. But the next segment is the second triple threat match for the number 1 contenders match.
That's
to fight Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam. There you go.
there you go.
It's Nia Jax versus Dana Brooke versus Mickie James, who forgot she was a thing. Mickie James, that is.
Yeah, I forgot she was still around.
Me too. She's really good. I mean, I'm not saying give her a push because I don't know what to do with her. They have built up no one in the women's division but Bayley and Nia Jax and Banks.
And now Alexa.
Yeah, Bliss. Bliss was built up on SmackDown, though.
Yeah.
The rest was on Raw, and it was garbage. Except for Sasha.
And now Bayley's injured.
Yep, now Bayley's hurt.
Which I'm still sad about.
Yeah. Nia Jax ends up pinning, I think, Dana Brooke, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And then she'll face Sasha Banks presumably next week again to see who will face Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam for the Raw Women's Championship. And again, I'm hoping it's Sasha Banks, but at this point, I don't mind it being Nia Jax.
I kind of want to see Nia Jax
Me too.
against Alexa just so that Nia Jax destroys Alexa, and then Alexa's like, wait. I have no friends.
They didn't really... They never went full in on the Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss friendship, because I think they would have a really good chemistry, even if it's not like natural, just story-wise.
Yeah, it would be amazing.
Yeah, and you don't have to do it for too long, and then you can turn Jax heel, or I guess you would turn Bliss face, and have Jax turn on Alexa Bliss and win the Raw Women's Championship, and then you have that feud, and it has, backstory, momentum, and all that good stuff that you need for a story.
And it would be really good.
Yeah.
If they did it right, of course.
Which they aren't and haven't, and they probably won't. Because if it's Jax, I'm fine with it again, because I think they can have a good match. But I would just rather that it to go that way. Goldust has another promo. Did you see it?
I like how he opens up all his promos with random quotes from random old movies.
Yeah.
It's really nice, and I like it.
I like Goldust a lot. He said he'll be watching SummerSlam closely. I don't know if that means he'll be at SummerSlam and interfere in something, or if he's just gonna watch it, which that's useless information. But it was a cool promo. I'm just saying that that wasn't really necessary to say.
Well, he was kind of saying he's gonna pick who he's gonna beat up next.
Yeah, that's the way I took it too.
So
I guess that's fine, but who do you think it'll be, if anyone?
I don't know.
Bray Wyatt?
No, I don't think it'll be Bray right now.
Finn Balor? He could be Demon Dust.
I don't know.
Me neither.
He'll fight Lesnar. That's who Lesnar's going against
next Universal Champion's actually Goldust. What a swerve. That's a first. I wouldn't mind. Goldust is great. He's fine. His promo was only 2 minutes long, nothing much. Now we move on to the main event of Monday Night Raw. The triple threat, that was last week.
The last man standing match between Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman. I didn't like the end.
I have a bit of a jambled mind. Why is that?
Okay.
Well, hang on. Let's go through some spots I want to point out first.
Alright.
Roman Reigns Samoan drops Braun Strowman through a table, which looked great.
It looked like it hurt.
The table just folded in on Strowman. You don't see that very often with WWE tables because they just kind of break in half, like in the games pretty much, and they just kind of they break and you're good. You don't have much table around you. But Strowman was carried like a baby by that table when he fell through it.
Yeah, he was just like encased in it.
Yeah. It's just his cocoon now. And also Braun Strowman threw a chair at Roman Reigns. Now that sounds not that cool, but it was not a steel chair it wasn't a Costco chair. It was a commentator's rolling chair, and he threw it the most perfect way he possibly could have, with the seat first towards Roman and the back of the chair above Roman's head, and it just hit Roman right in the face. The seat that is.
Now, it was also out of nowhere. He just picked this thing up and just throws
Roman
it
was just
hard
running towards him, and Roman just flies backwards. The chair bounces off perfectly.
It was incredible.
It was. It probably wasn't painful at all, really, because of the cushion on the chair. But it looked, everything that happened in it, whether the chair bouncing off away from Roman, or the way the chair was perfect positioned to hit Roman Reigns,
It just
looked
beautiful.
amazing. Yeah. I like that a lot.
And it actually looked like Roman Reigns was killed.
Yeah. He just got shot. There was a bullet in that chair, and it went through Roman Reigns. They fight up to the stage. Strowman throws Reigns into the mini Megatron a few times, and they kind of fight towards the ramp back to the ring. Roman spears. I was kind of hoping he would spear Strowman off the tip of the stage down the ramp so they would like slide for a bit.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen. He speared him on the mat right by the ring. And then Joe pops out, gets the coquina clutch on Roman Reigns, kind of makes him pass out, walks away, and Strowman stands up just before the 10 count, giving the victory to Strowman.
Now, I didn't like this.
Okay.
Okay.
Do elaborate.
Because Roman Reigns was still standing.
Yeah, and
it was an 8 count, and Braun Strowman wasn't even moving.
Mm-hmm.
Ref can't do anything about Samoa Joe.
The ref could only stop the count if he attacked Strowman.
Yes.
That's the only time the count would have stopped.
But
as far as I know,
the ref stopped, and it's just like, Joe, get out of here. He can't do that. It's no disqualification.
Yeah.
He can't do anything about Joe.
No. Well, he can tell him to leave because he's the referee. He just uses the rules, as his guide.
But at this point, Joe isn't.
You can't force him to leave, but he can tell him to.
But you can't stop. You don't stop the count either.
Mm-hmm.
Braun Strowman should have lost that match. I wanted Braun to win.
I was hoping
Braun
not.
would win.
I wanted Braun to lose because I don't want Roman to win at SummerSlam. And I feel like if Reigns would have won tonight, he would have lost at SummerSlam or last night.
I didn't like it. Roman should have won that match.
I don't think it was well executed. I think maybe as soon as the spear happened, you could have had Joe come in, get the coquina clutch, and then the ref, because if it's like at a 2 count, and then Reigns goes down 2, I guess the ref would just start over.
Yeah, he would.
Because, at this point, why not? You're not just going to count for Strowman and then give Reigns a 20 count to get up. So, and then Strowman could stand up at like 6. So that way, even if you have an argument, you could believe it. And then he could just like walk into the up the ramp into the backstage while Roman's getting counted out. That would make Strowman look amazing. Joe would still look like he killed Roman Reigns. And
it wouldn't look dumb.
Yeah, and John Cone wouldn't have made a dumb ref decision. So, there you go.
It's just, I hated that. The match was good. I liked it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I hated the
Strowman and Reigns always have good matches.
Yes, they do.
The ending wasn't good, though.
I love how Braun Strowman's way better than he used to be.
Yeah, he is. When he first came in, he was god-awful. I didn't like him. I didn't like him at all. I thought he was terrible.
Just like, get this guy out of here. Him and Eva Marie just need to go.
Put him in NXT. Oh, Eva Marie's gone now, by the way.
Is she?
Yeah, she's officially.
Yes!
She said on Twitter that she's out.
Sorry, not sorry, Eva, but I didn't like you.
Paige is supposedly coming back sometime soon.
Sometime in the next 30 years.
No, she said soon, I think. So, that's the thing. I guess that's. Do we have anything else to cover?
I don't.
We kind of did our ranting in the middle of things. Okay. You can follow us on Twitter at CarAlarm Podcast.
And you can follow us on Facebook. You type the little search bar at Sounding Car Alarm. You'll find our page. Give us a like, following, all that good stuff.
We are CarAlarm.
Peace out.
Thanks for watching / listening.